Hello and welcome back to another edition of Open Air Atheist. I'm James Theodore Still III, and today's edition is called or entitled "The Dangers of Religion." And actually, the person who gave me the idea to do a episode on this was sablechicken, who commented, "Are you really in the search for truth? Can you let go of long-held beliefs like religion's people," which actually she should have wrote religious people, "flew planes into the Twin Towers? It seems to me that you are working from ideas rather than truth-seeking." And I assure you that, sablechicken, you are totally incorrect. Actually, let me go ahead and read you some quotes. And actually, you mentioned here the World Trade Center. Let me go ahead and give you an idea of how these people actually think. Because, men like Bin Laden and people that are associated with him, you have to realize that they believe in the literal truth of their Quran, of their holy book, of their holy Bible. And I ask you the question: why else did 19 well-educated middle-class men trade their lives in this world for the privilege of killing thousands of our neighbors? So let me go ahead and read you this quote. This quote is taken from November 19th, 2001, The New Yorker. Carried an interview by Nasara Hussein Hassan, of another failed suicide bomber. A polite young Palestinian aged 27-year-old known as S. And this is the transcript of the interview or something. "What is the attraction of martyrdom?" I asked. "The power of the spirit pulls upward, while the power of material things pull us downward," he said. "Someone bent on martyrdom becomes immune to the material pull." Our planner asked, "What if the operation fails?" We told him, "In any case, we get to meet the Prophet and his companions in Inshallah," wherever that is, where we were swimming in the feeling that we were about to enter eternity. We had no doubts. We made an oath on the Quran in the presence of Allah, a pledge not to waver. This jihad pledge is called, I hope I can say this right, Bait al-Ridwan. After the garden in paradise that is reserved for the prophets and the martyrs. I know that there are other ways to do jihad, but this one is sweet, the sweetest. All martyrdom operations, if done for Allah's sake, hurt less than a gnat's bite. So S showed me a video that documented the final planning for the operation. In the grainy footage, I saw him and the two young men engaging in a ritualistic dialogue of questions and answers about the glory of martyrdom. The young men and the planner then knelt and placed their right hands on the Quran. The planner said, "Are you ready? Tomorrow you will be in paradise." Let me go ahead and read something else. Like yesterday, I was referring to the many different eschatological views in Christianity and how they all dogmatically believe that they're all right, even though there are so many different views. And they all believe in the literal truth of their Bible, their holy book as well. And this next quote will be from Sam Harris's chilling comment in his letter to a Christian nation. It is therefore not an exaggeration to say that if the city of New York were suddenly replaced by a ball of fire, some significant percentage of American population would see a silver lining in the subsequent mushroom cloud, as it would suggest that to them that the best thing that is ever going to happen was about to happen, the return of Christ. It would be blindingly obvious that beliefs of this sort will do little to help us create a durable future for ourselves, socially, economically, environmentally, or geopolitically. Imagine the consequences if any significant component of the U.S. government actually believed that the world was about to end and that its ending would be glorious. The fact that nearly half of the American population apparently believes this, purely on the basis of religious dogma, should be considered a moral, intellectual emergency. So you can see that, what you believe affects your actions. You look at the world through these presuppositions, and if your presupposition is that the Quran is true, and that if you blow yourself up for this religious goal, for this religious concept or ideal, that you're going to go to heaven. If you're utterly convinced of this, there's nothing you won't do if you're brainwashed. So religion can be quite dangerous, and that's the point I was making yesterday, and that's the point I'm reiterating tonight. Let me go ahead and read another quote. And actually, this one is from a Nobel Prize-winning American physicist, Steven Weinberg. Religion is an insult to human dignity. With or without it, you'd have good people doing good things and evil people doing evil things. But for good people to do evil things, it takes religion. So you can see, there are countless things, events that I can point to that show that, religion can be quite dangerous. So let me actually read to you another quote, and this actually is from Richard Dawkins' book. Here actually in his the beginning of his preface. Imagine no suicide bombers, no 9/11, no crusades, no witch hunts, no gunpowder plot, no Indian partition, no Israeli-Palestinian wars, no Serb gloat Muslim massacres, no persecution of Jews as Christ killers, no Northern Ireland troubles, no honor killings, no skinny-suited, buffoon-haired televangelists fleecing gullible people of their money. God wants you to give till it hurts. Imagine no Taliban to blow up ancient statues, no public beheadings of blasphemers, no flogging of females, of female skin for the crime of showing an inch of it. So I think I've made my my point and my case quite evidently clear. So with that, I bid you adieu, and hope that you will leave more comments, and hopefully you will watch my other videos to see that I'm not just stating opinions or ideas. If you watch my other videos on refuting the Trinity, the resurrection, these other things, you can see I do offer evidence. I do offer good argumentation. No, I'm not just throwing out ideas. So I hope that answers your comment. Have a good night.